I'm told that you're a hacker hunter. Is that correct?
That's a good way to put it.
Don Jackson is director of threat intelligence at SecureWorks in Atlanta, which protects corporations against cyber attacks and tracks the hackers who launch them.
Part of my job is to know the enemy, to know our adversaries.
So the enemy is a hacker?
That's right. An enemy is somebody that wants to use computers to hurt somebody else or to make money for themselves.
Using an assumed name, Gozy, Jackson infiltrates chat rooms where hackers sell their worms and viruses to their clients, other hackers. He asks for a demo so his company can create software to disable the malware. The hackers, he says, are typically young, male, and often from Russia.
How do you track them down?
Well, they're like any other business. They have to advertise to get clients.
You're saying that the hackers have ads?
Yes.
On the internet?
On the internet, publicly available.
No.
Unfortunately, they're all too easy to find.
On websites like this one. He says many Russian hackers are in cyber gangs that display fascist symbols like swastikas and anti-American artwork. And they boast about all the dollars they've stolen from the rich Americans. A single hacker can make $30,000 a month and be championed in local newspapers.
There was an example recently where two boys were arrested, actually, and then let go the next day. But the article in the newspaper wasn't that they were arrested and that they'd committed a crime, but saying, look at our two local boys made good. They've cheated some greedy Westerners out of so much money.
They're heroes.
They are.
Russian authorities tend to look the other way, which explains why members of the cyber gangs have no fear. They even show their faces on the internet.
These are the kids who are hacking in to our computers and taking our money. These little boys here?
He goes by the handle Tempest.
This is Tempest. He's now working full-time in this operation?
Yes.
At 14.
That's right. So he can't legally drive a car, and he can't join the army, but he can hack into banks and siphon money out.
It's not known who's behind the computer worm Conficker, whether it's a gang of Russian hackers or some solitary evil genius. This worm is wily. It keeps mutating. Security software companies have been kept very busy.
You're locked down, eh?
But Conficker can jump over protections. While we were reporting this story in early March, we were stunned to learn that the wily worm had struck us right here at CBS News.
People were having problems with their BlackBerries, their logons.
Louis Pelez, a network engineer, says Conficker is so aggressive, it took technicians here 24/7 over 10 days to hunt down and quarantine the affected computers.
Do you actually know where it started? Can you pinpoint it?
We really will probably never know exactly how it infected the network. We just know that, once it hit, it began to propagate.
CBS News has now contained the infection, but Pelez says Conficker could still be hiding undetected somewhere within the network.
Did you think CBS is safe? Was that in your head, we're safe, or did you think this could happen?
No, I pretty much thought that we were, pretty solid. You try to secure a network, but there's no guarantee that somebody can't come up with something that will, wreak havoc.
Conficker investigators have been talking about an April Fool's attack because in dissecting the worm, they can see it's been programmed to receive new instructions on April 1st. But nobody knows if the instructions will be benign or something that could disrupt the entire internet.